Hello, Artsy Gamer friends. Hello, hello, hello. We're doing a quick test, mostly because I do not have my shows together this morning, but hello, hello. Let's start with our hellos. Hello, Scott. There was somebody before Scott, but hello, Scott. Hello, Becca. Hello, myself. Hello, Skyrim Morri. Hello, Bringsbane. Hello. Today is your birthday, Becca, with my melodious, cold voice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Becca. Happy birthday to you. And many, 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 many more. Hello, friends. Hello. How are things? Welcome to day 12 of Streamtober, day 12 of the Art-o-ween prompts. Cassandra, we are doing sort of better, not really, but we'll manage. We will manage. Just making sure. Can I be heard? Is everything okay? Okay. All right, good. I can be heard. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Let's get some melodious background vibes with some demon gummies today. So friends, as always, every day is a demon gummies sort of day. So if you are not subscribed to the Demon Gummies, please be sure to do so. Support them on all of their various platforms because they do the Nintendo's work for providing amazing music for us to jam to while we draw and chill. So let me see. Yeah, we'll do more video game lo-fi. Hello, Isa. Hello. We are gonna start with this one. Let me know if it can be heard. Hello? Can't hear it? That is weird. Oh, maybe if I unmute the video and unmute that. There we go. Let's try that one more time with feeling. There we go. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bump the mic.
And you.
All right. So friends, today's prompt is apple. So naturally we need to find the void of Animal Crossing. And by void, I mean apple. And I must ask the most important question of the day. How's everybody doing? Rebecca, how was your birthday so far? I cannot find my hand sleeve for drawing, so I've been doing the very low cost thing of using my my long sleeve shirt. You had a pretty relaxing day, so that's amazing. So friends, the thing that I was thinking about for apple is I wanted to do apple being like Shakespearean and like holding up either an apple or a skull. And like either the apple or the skull is saying you stare into the void and the void stares back, but like Shakespearean, you know, so over the top English. Or with apple cider, we could do that too. We could do that too. A skull, 100%. All right. ACNH. A skull apple. I mean, we could Disneyify it. That would be fun. I really wish I liked apple because I know that apple is delightful, but then you just the eyes are a void, and we need to void the eyes. Crack me up. All right, so I think it's Hamlet. Skull. Scene. Let's try it. Hmm. Let me see. I think we're gonna go with Phoebus. To be or not to be the void, that is the question. That actually gives me an idea. Do it! Do it, do it. Okay, so first and foremost, yeah, we're gonna get Apple's delightful reference out. All right. My birthday's been pretty good, just chilling. Love it! Hello, Kathy. Welcome in. Don't like the head just yet. We're gonna probably fix that in a minute. Actually, no, we're just gonna clear this. I'll take the watercolor route for this one, much faster. I love it. Love that. Hi, Scott. How was your run to the store? How was your run to the store? Oh, wait, the head is like enormous. So we go like that, yeah. What kind of skull? Human, animal? What? Well, so there's a few options, right? In game, there's the Australopith, right? There's that one. There's also, you know, the happy dead person, the creepy skeleton. There's also the skull hat, like the cow skull hat. Let me see what else. Hi, Banana, welcome in. Hello, hello. Hello, beautiful Caitlin, welcome in. Welcome in. I think I'm gonna move this down a bit. So we have options, friends. We have options. We have options. Yeah, there we go. 10 likes. Thank you, friends. Thank you. So we have options. I'm not sure. I was thinking of the Australopith, to be honest. I know that's not how you actually call it. I always mess it up. That's always like the one word that I have a problem with. You looked at the prompt, yeah. Drawing apple. So we'll see. We'll see. I may just do this. Looks like a turnip. All right. Let's see. Oh, wow, that's really small. All right. And then I'm trying to think, like, how is Hamlet typically drawn? Like, what are the outfits? All right, puffy sleeves. All right, we'll do the puffy sleeves. Hello, Kathleen, welcome in. It would be so funny if they put in the dialogue with Blathers that if you try to give him the skill to remains items, he won't take it and says something about it. Oh, Skyrim, that'd be amazing. That would be so cool. All right, and then... Also, friends, I don't think I mentioned this, but we are aggressively promoting fellow cozy content creator Maybe Salem. So if you are a fan of the Amanda Files, one, I believe, are they IRL friends or not? Anyway, they have the same vibe, and I enjoy watching her content. I typically lurk, but I really like her work a lot. She's very funny. So if you are interested in that level of drama in a good way, please be sure to check them out. They are delightful. Hello, Sarah. Welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. All right, let's make this larger. This is why I love digital art. You can make it any freaking size you want. Let's try the apple skull bit. I think that would be fun. Let's try that. And then we'll do... What is the paint item? Let me see. Are they literally paint cans? Yes, literally paint cans. All right. You're tired, but well, how am I? I am tired and still slightly under the weather. Maybe Salem is so good. I watch all their vids and mostly lurk in the streams. Yeah, no, Maybe Salem is delightful. Highly recommend their content. They have been gaining a lot of traction lately, and I'm just so happy for them. They work their butts off for it. Let's see. I'm gonna make this a little bit larger. What do the standees look like? I think it was, let's try the hedge standee. There we go. Yeah, okay. Hi, Kitty, lurking. I hope everyone's doing well. Kitty, same. Hello. Hello, Brooke. Hello. Oh, God. Sneeze. Drink coffee instead. All right. Did you crochet your sweater vest? Yes. Love it. What colors are you using for the wedding? Is there a theme? Just a bit tired since it's late here. Oh, I can imagine. Watch me like actually draw Apple like super adorable, and then I have so many regrets because now I want her on my island. Imagine me doing that, friends. We actually finished the sketch pretty quickly, so fingers crossed that we get get it done in time. The infamous waiting game with what? Oh my god. Yes. The watercolor effect. Alright. Alright, Miss Apple. Let's start with... Oh. I think I'm gonna do that last. Oh, this is also much larger than I typically draw it, so we're gonna up the width. The color theme for the wedding is olive green. I'll be wearing a dress because you're biologically a woman, but after the ceremony is over, I'm immediately changing into my black and white sweater vest. Are there requirements for like what biological people are supposed to wear? Biological people. Wow, that is a sentence that I just put out into the void. It is not a judgment question. I'm legitimately curious. No, I don't like that. Nor do I like that. Okay. Let me see. Placement of the cheek kind of bothers me. That's your cousin's rule. I won't disrespect her wishes. My cousin is the bride. I mean, that's fair. If it was a request and you are okay with the request, but my wedding was the most unassuming thing in a good way. Like, I think I've told the story that my husband and I were long distance for about 3.5 years, and we were still long distance when we married. He was in Italy, and he flew in like the day or two before our ceremony, and so still jet lagged. I basically had a mail order husband, and I took him to the courthouse, married his cute patootie. And then the weekend, we had a civil ceremony with my grandparents, and his mom flew in. My parents came. There were the friends that are currently visiting us were our official witnesses, and it took about 15 minutes, and then we had brunch, and then we went to a speakeasy with the friends that are visiting in the evening, and that was our wedding. That was our wedding. And I think I had ordered a dress from online, so I couldn't guarantee that it was going to fit properly. And best wedding, it sounds like my eldest sister's wedding. Yeah, no, I'm pretty like chill when it comes to stuff like that. I also have a bit of like a fancy pants in me, where it's like I would have, like, in theory, I think I would have enjoyed a more like elaborate wedding, but I loved our wedding. It was incredibly chill. Incredibly chill. Yeah. And I think in total, our wedding cost like $2,000, and that was mostly for food. But granted, our wedding was, I think, maybe 20-something people. It was very small, which is another thing that I prefer. I don't need to be impressing, you know, all the families. My fancy pants had the speakeasy to compensate. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's a fair sentiment. That's a fair sentiment. I wonder if I move the face over here, I will like this better. Either that, or I'll make the eyes much larger. Yeah, I think I like that better. So my parents spoiled me. My wedding dress was handmade. Oh my gosh. Oh, love that. That's not spoiled. That's true love right there. That is true love. If I ever get married, I want a Halloween themed wedding where everyone has a costume. Oh my goodness. Banana. You've put that out into the universe. You have to make it happen. It's required. It is 100% required. Like, I want that for you so bad. I will find you a partner just for that to happen. I think the, Hello, Bird Brain. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. We're talking about zombie brides and Halloween weddings and how this needs to happen. 100%. Can I volunteer to help decorate? Absolutely do that. My friend's brother and sister-in-law had a Halloween-themed wedding last year. I believe the wedding was... Oh, okay, listen. Y'all have amazing taste. And I was about to yell at YouTube for saying, am I still listening? Of course I'm still listening. Corpse bride, but a zombie bride? Oh. So, I'm gonna tell you how, like, sentimental and secretly very, I don't know if this is, like, super feminine or not, but I had this really amazing idea for a Christmas-themed wedding. And so my husband and I, we celebrate Yule. We celebrate all of the winter holidays, really, because Hubsmod has Jewish family on his mother's side, and I grew up celebrating Yule and Christmas and all that jazz. So I thought there's this winter album, this Christmas album that Tori Amos put out. And there's this like one song that, I kid you not, sounds like a wedding procession. And I wanted to have this is how, you know, that there's some aspects where I'm incredibly stereotypical, but I thought it'd be super cute to have like the wedding that's based around this entire song, where it's like you have the Yule log in the center with a fire, and I fell in love with the idea of a Christmas themed wedding because of it. But I'm also really content with the wedding that we had. I just thought it would be really fun to oh, that eye is really, well, she is basically a void, so that's fair. You have to go. I just want to say hi and hope you enjoy the rest of your stream. Ah, Birdwayne, thank you. Content. No, I am content. I truly am. I have no qualms with the experience that we had, right? Like, my parents were there. I think the only sad thing was, you know, all the people that we wanted to be there, we weren't able to because it was incredibly last minute. And I think there was like, I don't like this nose. We had talked about, you know, doing a what is it, a vow renewal ceremony at our 10 years, but our 10 years is this year, and we've just had a baby. So what happened to me lurking? I need to finish the sweater, and you're not far. Oh, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. That I may actually be too large. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm a mom. I am. Yep. I had a baby March of this year. He is 6 months old, presently teething, dealing with, you know, developmentally appropriate choices at the moment. You're 10 years now. What? Why did I think your marriage was recent? Oh, no. Well, I mean, 10 years as in we've been together for 10 years. I think we've been married for 7.
Go get some rest.
Oh, no. Nope. Nope. Apple, you are proving to be a lot more difficult than I thought you were going to be. I'll tell Hubsmod when he's back that we apparently give off new relationship energy. That's funny. Should probably smooth that out. Should I put pictures of your progress? Yeah, do it. If that'll hold you accountable, I highly recommend it. I really liked your ketchup mask, by the way. It was very cute. Very well done. I probably need to move all of this, like, forward. It feels a bit on the proportions are a bit off. There we go. That's better. And she still looks unhinged. I love that for her. There we go. Much better. We're going to put that there. And then we're going to move. I wonder if I need to just move this back. What's my Discord address? Edgy. We have a Discord command. You're welcome to join, so as long as you're over the age of 13 as per Discord's terms of service. You don't need to tell me your age, obviously. I'll play around with that. All right. She looks unhinged, but I don't know if that's the sort of unhinged that I'm looking for. We'll see. We will see. I still need to figure out the whole issue with my freaking fill-in tool. I don't know why I'm having that issue, but I am. Did I know that it's Septober? What is Septober? September. September. Hello, Belle. Thank you. Hold on. My headset's about to die, so I need to go charge it. I'll be right back. Drop the whole thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But hello, Belle. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, I mean, I thought about like doing something super unhinged for Apple, but you know, sometimes the slightly unhinged villagers deserve some love, you know? No, we'll do it this way. There we go, it's better. Isn't there a hamster named Hamlet? There is. There is. But it's Apple today. So I figured, why the heck not? Oh, you know what would have been really kind of messed up? That would have been really fun to do. Could have done either Apple performing Hamlet with Hamlet's skull, or the opposite, where it's Hamlet performing Hamlet with Apple's skull. That would have been hilarious. Any of those two sounds amazing. That is just what I was thinking. Yes. That would have been hilarious. alas, my creep factor was off today. The Bab slept, let's see, I'm trying to remember. He wasn't hungry toward the evening, and so we put him down because he was super tired, and then woke up around 8 or 9 p.m. and was like demanding sustenance. And so, you know, obviously he was fed. And then he woke up at 4 for his evening or middle of the night nom, and then didn't really want to be woken up until after 7, so that's kind of why I'm a bit discombobulated. No. I think... no. There we go. I'm confused. There are times when you are supposed to, when the rule is that they are supposed to be woken up every 2 hours to eat up until about 2 weeks if they've regained their birth weight. After that, most doctors and practitioners will say that letting them sleep through the night is acceptable. By 6 months, they are supposed to be sleeping at least anywhere between 8 to 10 hours. Although it's hard to say they sleep through the night because, you know, he's down effectively from 6:45 to 7:30 p.m. and then, you know, he has these long sleeps until, you know, 7:30 the next day, but he's supposed to still wake up, you know, after 8 to 10 hours. So that means, you know, anywhere between 3:30 and 5:30 in the morning. It's not Hamlet. It is actually Apple. It is actually Apple. Here, let me draw her thing. Not to be confused with the actual Hamlet. So yes, you are supposed to wake them up after a certain point, but again, a lot of things to do with children is so opinionated that people will just tell what they think is best and say that it's fact, but really the reality is that each baby is different, and there are certain things that you have to do, especially if they were born premature or they are you know, had a rough start. But for the most part, babies are pretty resilient and they'll tell you when they're hungry. Kids are so much cuter if you give them back to their owners. Well, I used to agree, and then I have to argue that my baby is the cutest. No, he's actually quite adorable. He is a beautiful child. Both in personality and because he gets his looks after his dad. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, yes, he got his... Anyway, look, I'm supposed to not be self-deprecating, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm gonna make this actually smaller. I have promised my my husband and my therapist that I would not be self-deprecating anymore. So he is super cute, yes. Oh, kidding, Amy, I'm so sorry. That must have been so stressful to your parents. Apple's face is tough. The line near the bottom of the eye is level with the mouth, and it always throws me off. Yeah, I know. What may end up happening is just I do away with this, like right there. Maybe, I don't know, because that itself looks weird. So I think we're just gonna keep it like that, and when people color it in, they'll know what to do. Oh, kidding, Amy. Oh no. Oh no.
The market is closed and the port has settled. Go get some rest. Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
You know, it's strange because my mom told me she suffered from preeclampsia, right? Which is high blood pressure during pregnancy, to the point where it's very like they insist on putting women to bed rest and all that stuff. And I don't think during that time they really either understood preeclampsia or all that jazz, because if anyone knows, the medical field is incredibly sexist. So I'm not quite sure if my mom got the help that she needed, but she was telling me that I was super sensitive as a kid. Like, she was saying that my skin was paper thin, and like everything was super sensitive to me, and like everything hurt. And so I'm like, maybe I was born premature, but they like, to the point where they couldn't really tell what my gestation period was. I don't know. Done with my apple, wait for a bit to dry, yes. So, I don't know. I don't know how, because I was born 5 pounds, 9.5 ounces, right? So that's pretty small, all things considered. It's like the weight is that of a full term, but you know, low birth weight baby. So I don't know. It could be also a timing thing, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll give her more poofy sleeves. More poof. Everything about a hamster's proportions offends me right now. Like, Apple, can you not? Can you not? But yeah, when our son was born, he like... I'm not saying that he was born perfect, but he was born like fully realized, you know. He was also late by a couple of days, and I was so over it. But yeah, he was alert. He was he got on the APGAR scale. I think he started off with a 7-8 and then moved to an 8-9. after the first couple of minutes, which is extraordinary. That's not very common, as far as I know. So, Goofy sleeps. Why don't you work? Why don't you work? Hmm? Just, I have to make it, like, ridiculous, you know? Just basically floaties. It is a good score. Yeah, it is. I think we just have to put it in perspective with the second floaties, effectively. Although that's a little bit larger than... There we go. That's better. When I remember hearing 10 is perfect and seldom hit 8, 9. Yeah, no, like 10 is generally impossible. I mean, that's like that's like Messiah levels of baby right there. But yeah. I had to go back and hear the Apgar, but yes, we look for 8, 9s on every level. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think her foot needs to be a little bit further down. It's also significantly larger than the other one. So we'll do... I think they look at 4 or 5 things and each is out of 3 and the total score is what's taken out of 10. I think so. Anything lower usually means something happened during delivery or they're born premature. Yeah, I never, I was just there, you know? I was just there. Hi Bambi, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. All right. I think we need to make this thigh a little bit thicker. There we go. Can't do my homework, it's so hard, taking a much needed break. I mean, sometimes you need to take a break for things to kind of start clicking, for those synapses to connect. Which homework are you working on? If it's anything social oriented, I can probably help. If it's anything science related, we can ask Cubs Mod when he gets back. Math scientific notation. That's words. Yep, I recognize that as English, and I wish you the best. Yep, I wish you the very best. You know, it's really a shame because I really struggled with math in school, and unfortunately, the school I went to really just considered me the outlier and therefore not worth teaching, right? And so I unfortunately have this habit that if I don't respect a teacher, I don't bother with their class. Right? And so that's why my grades skyrocketed in college, because, you know, a lot of my teachers treated the classroom as a collaborative effort of learning. And so my mom put me through a tutoring thing for like English and math, and my math understanding improved to the point where I was doing algebra, I think by 5th grade or so. And unfortunately, I think after the trauma of going to Catholic school for the number of years that I went to, my mom was like, you should just take a break. Like, just, you know, relax, enjoy your freedom. And so I took algebra, pre-algebra in 8th grade instead of just algebra. And I honestly think that I would have done fine because I got so bored with pre-algebra. And then I promptly unlearned everything. You just post your painting, love it. I haven't tutored that in a while. Oh man, I loved the tutoring center that I went to so much that once I was old enough to do so, I started working there. That was my first big kid job, actually. So it was just a shame that I think what I would love to do, and just taking what I've learned, you know, now that I'm a parent, that if my kids are struggling, the thing that I want to actively encourage is, you know, having them treat teachers as resources instead of just, you know, if I don't get it, I don't get it, which is what I struggled with. Problem with my math teacher is that she just is confusing. My other teachers are fine. Ooh. So what I'm hearing is that there's a teaching and learning incompatibility issue. That happens. That really happens. It's one of the main reasons as why I feel that I would not, I mean, I would rise to the occasion as a teacher, but there's truly, it's a magical gift to be able to teach in a way that, you know, sparks not only understanding, but this desire to learn more. And for me, I don't think I have that. I don't think I have it in me. Because I think someone had asked me, like, can you do a tutorial on a bouquet on how you draw it? And I'm like, you draw? You do the thing? So. You just draw it. Yeah, I know. You see this math equation? Just do it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. Which is why, you know, Hubsmod is the teacher in our relationship. Yep. You have Apple on your island. She's just a cutie. I am terrified of Apple because the way that when I see her eyes, it's like you stare into the void and the void stares back. And so I thought, oh, because when I was thinking of designing these prompts, I was like, oh, drawing Apple for Halloween would be amazing. And then unfortunately, I'm drawing her and I love it. So joke's on me. Joke's on me. Especially with maths, you have to understand which part is difficult for the student and why. I know, right? And I think for what I struggled with is, I'm trying to think like why I seem to struggle with it. I think it's just because my teacher was, to be quite frank, not a nice person. Although he did have us listen to classical music during tests, which was really delightful. But that's kind of the sad part, is that I grew up thinking that I was unteachable, that I was quite frankly stupid, because of how difficult things were for me. And really, it was just applying and studying and trying. And I never really learned how to properly study, which is something that I really want to make sure, you know, my son learns how to do, is how to properly study. And like learn how he remembers things. I am not good for memorization unless it's like audible. And so when I was doing my TEDx talk, I actually pre-recorded my my presentation, and here, I'm actually gonna fix this. I pre-recorded my presentation, and I would listen to it and then would play it back and remember it that way. And I did great. I did fine. And that's mostly because my memorization with music is, you know, it's audible. So the more that I would practice for stuff like that, that's how I would remember. I did a TEDx talk. It's different. It's on the internet somewhere. I was not particularly happy with it, to be honest. I did not vibe very well with the person who ran it. And after that whole situation, I was just glad to be done. Which is a shame. Do all three, Belle. If you are dealing with decision paralysis, you can do a small sketch for each one, and then the one that wins, you do that. My life priority is school. I think it's important. It's incredibly important. I believe that a good education will get you a lot of places. The one thing that I had struggled with was my education had promised me a lot of things that I couldn't deliver, and so I was pretty bitter from the the fact that I felt incredibly lied to. But that's not to say that I regret my education. I find extreme value with conflict resolution as a practice, with the fact that conflict resolution had been a really great tool for relationship building, especially when working through what it meant to be in a long-distance relationship, confronting hardships with friends, ending relationships with friends, you know. It's very reflective. That does not look like paint at all. Let me see. No, I don't like this. Versus. Twice as I say. Conflict resolution is I agree. I personally believe that conflict resolution, kind of like peer mediation in middle school and high school, should be a class that kids learn from elementary school level, because the easiest way to manage when something feels like you feel in conflict with something is to have the wording that expresses what you're struggling with, because the definition, or one of the definitions of conflict, is a perceived divergence of differences, which means that you probably don't even have a difference in opinions, but you have a difference in how you express your needs. And so it feels like your needs aren't compatible, but the reality is you're struggling to come up with a way to express how you're feeling, and then not necessarily compromising, but learning how to ask for it. So practical life skills taught in school is what we've needed for years. Yeah, like, you know, budgeting, and knowing that student loans are incredibly exploitative and awful. Yeah. It's super important growing up. I noticed that people are terrible at conflict resolution, especially higher ups. Well, yeah, and that's kind of why I sincerely hope that, you know, our son's issue is the fact that, you know, the issue I want him to have is that he's struggling to connect with his peers, because he will want to communicate and talk about the needs. And, you know, kids are developing to become independent and learn how to express themselves. And that usually means that drama is a thing, right? And I want him to be like, I can't relate to my peers, mom, dad, because, you know, one, if I have a need, I'll just ask you and talk to you about it. And two, you know, my relationships tend to devolve in some level of drama that I am unwilling to do, and it drives my partners crazy. So I worked in childcare, and the one thing I know is that kids can't self-regulate. Oh yeah, that is a huge goal of mine, is that I want however many kids that we have to learn how to manage that themselves. So student loans, yeah, no, the fact, okay, look, we're gonna go on to the artsy soapbox for a minute. The fact that it is completely illegal for these companies to scout out minors, literal minors, who have no rights legally outside of if they are able to emancipate from their families for whatever reason. The fact that kids are allowed to sign away the ability to pay off money later is a true sign of why I just gets me so mad. It gets me so mad that's completely and totally illegal. And back in the day, I remember watching this movie. It had to do with a kid in a small town trailer park playing a video game, and the video game somehow like proved that, you know, they could work space what was it, space lasers or whatever to fight off this intergalactic threat or something. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, he wants to escape and leave his, you know, small town roots behind, and he applies for loans, and his loans are, you know, he's rejected because whatever reason. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that you know, loans used to be like a thing you had to apply for, and now they're just like giving it away, you know? It's not Ender's Game. It's not Ender's Game. It's like an 80s movie. It's an 80s movie. I was not impressed by the Ender's Game film. I mean, Orson Scott Card being problematic besides. Springspain, they took me 10 years to pay mine off. Yeah, I was very fortunate that I did not have student loans. I was very fortunate. Also because my parents made too much money for that to occur. Which is another thing, like what happens if I had a really tumultuous relationship with my parents and they wouldn't support me, or like because I was like thrown out for whatever reason, I wouldn't be able to go to college without, like, I'd have to save up all this money to pay for it. Also, I don't like that. Anyway, I feel like they give away to people who need it less than others. Well, I mean, it's more that I believe that higher education should not be something that you have to afford, similar to, you know, medication. The fact that you can have doctors deny you medication that you need because you're moving, and they're worried that if they give you a month's supply of insulin or antidepressants that you're gonna like sell it. I mean, I would rather have people sell that stuff and still provide the people that actually need it, you know? Like, it's just this is Artsy's like soapbox hour, okay? The cost of higher education in the US is crazy. You want to know something that's really ridiculous? So HubSpot did the math. Speaking of math, apparently it is estimated that by the time that our son is going to be going to college, state tuition, not just like out of state tuition, but in-state tuition will cost $80,000 a year. So we're like, he will be going to school wherever we're at. Yep, wherever we're at. Because it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The fact that Harvard charges their students when they can be doing it for free is ridiculous. It is just a name. And honestly, considering that a lot of politicians in the United States come from Harvard and Yale and Stanford, I'm not impressed. So you have to, yeah, well, see, insurance companies shouldn't be defining who has the right to care. Like, that's my biggest issue. And this whole argument of the United States in particular saying, oh, we can't have nationalized medicine. I'm like, well, you use GoFundMe as nationalized medicine. Like, that's basically the same concept of contributing to somebody's care. And I'm like, I live in a country where private insurance and nationalized healthcare works side by side seamlessly. And so that's why I'm able to have surgery and only pay $69 because I wanted a private room. So anyway. Basically, I think I should just like take over. Like, let me just like run the country for a couple of years, just a couple of years. And I guarantee you, it'll be fine. Just like, there we go. That is my TED Talk. Anyway, yes. Yes. Also, I agree. It should not be a private industry. I vote Artsy Gamer for president. Yes, yes. Make art, play games. President Artsy Gamer. Yes. I considered running for office. The only problem, though, is that I wouldn't be able to do this YouTube channel anymore. I would be really concerned about like what I'm actually allowed to say. No, I agree, Scott. I agree. I agree. Oh, did the music stop? I can't. I haven't been able to listen because my my thing's been dying. Where I live in Canada, we do run into another kind of absurd, like private elder care centers that asks for $2,000 a month to the residents and charge per number of time they have to bring medication. Yeah, my grandparents had a really nice assisted living that I think cost them, was it $7,000 a month? I think it was $7,000 a month. I think that's right. I'll have to ask. The same migraine medication I've taken for over a decade now has to have prior authorization. Oh, Sarah, I'm so sorry. That's awful. What really grinds me is that the health industry here is more worried about selling painkillers than actually treating the root of the problem. Well, and that's really funny that you should say it, because Korea is so concerned about getting people addicted to painkillers that when I had my teratoma removed, it's benign, I'm fine, but they basically had me healing on what was it? It wasn't Advil, it was the other one, aspirin. Had me on aspirin for healing, which is fine because like Korean's medical system is the best in the world. But yeah, it really bothers me. Truly. To be fair, though, they had me on fentanyl for a little bit after our son was born, because, you know, I had invasive abdominal surgery, so. You're from the US, yeah. Maybe instead of drawing the paint, I can do like bite marks. Would that be twisted? I feel like that would be really twisted, and I kind of love that. Good talk, I would say, yeah. No, it's perfectly fine. Okay, we'll do it that way. Also, what time is it? Okay. Drawing is coming out good, thank you. I think if I could find work in my field, I would strongly consider leaving the US at this point. I mean, it worked wonders for me. Let me tell you, worked wonders for me. I think what I wish is that people were given the ability to travel. I really hate the fact that traveling is a privilege. Because could you imagine how much different the world would be if people had that perspective of traveling and meeting new people and having a different view of a different view of the world and what that means. Because some of my favorite people are, you know, from, let's see, they're from Sweden, they're from Italy, they're from Bolivia, they're from Argentina, they're from, let's see, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Pakistan, they're from, let me see, I'm trying to remember where she's from. Not Libya. Nigeria? Some of my favorite streamers, yeah, like, I think what I don't want to sound like I'm so woke, but like one of the things that a streamer, an Asian streamer had mentioned is that it's very important to promote and encourage people to seek out streamers that are from different countries. And so I strive to promote as many diverse like streamers and content creators as possible, because that is what, you know, bridges a lot of gaps of misunderstanding. And so a lot of my favorite content creators are from Mexico, for example, or you know, from Canada, but are from somewhere else and have either moved from Canada or first generation, or the same with the United States. And I think it's important. I think it's important to really test your abilities of understanding. And who knows, maybe it'll change your perspective of things. I'm trying to remember, is Joe Basar originally from the Philippines? I know that he's Canadian, but I think he's Filipino. I think Koi is Filipino, lives in the States. I know that Crimson is Mexican Canadian. Mexican Canadian. I don't know if she was born in Canada or if she emigrated. I want to travel to meet some people and want to see all the places I can now. It's been a fun thing about the community is that it's sprung up from streams, making friends from across the world, learning more about different countries. I agree. 100% agree. Although I have to say that whenever I visit the States, I truly get a sense of culture shock of how people live. Mostly it's just it kind of breaks my heart.
Would you like to hear a lullaby on the bone whistle?
It really does.
It'll send you into a deep and everlasting sleep.
Because, you know, I don't consider myself a patriot in the sense that I'm like proud to be an American. I'm just American. But I really do believe that the US deserves better. It deserves, you know, the ability for healing, for confronting its problematic history with how it's treated marginalized groups of people. It deserves better. And it shouldn't be like the way it is now. And I really hope that with the upcoming, you know, middle-aged generation, which I believe is like millennials, and I think Xers are approaching their middle years at this point. But I really hope that we're just like, we're done. We're not doing this anymore. I don't care if this hurts your fifis. We're going to do some drastic change to make everything better. Can we be friends on Switch? My Bambi, if you are on the Discord, my Switch code is on there. So just add me and let me know what your name is, and I will say yes. Sometimes I invite people over to do some community stuff on Animal Crossing, which we haven't done in a while. We have not done that in a while. Oh, I need to draw the sword. I need to draw the sword. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, get Discord. Absolutely. 100%. Did you hear about that? The Gen Z kid that ran on a campaign for climate justice and won against that Republican in that one state somewhere, Issa? I did not, and I love it. That made my day. The inequities of life in the US is shocking. I feel fortunate to be in a stable place and don't have to worry about making ends meet, but I know too many that are struggling week to week. Yeah, what really bothers me is that I'm trying to remember, it's a ridiculous number of people who are quite literally living paycheck to paycheck, and one like unexpected medical thing will make the majority of the US population bankrupt. Like, that shouldn't happen. That should never be a thing. And the fact that it is drives me bananas. It's disgusting, is what it is, actually, if I'm honest. It's disgusting. The one thing that I always worry about, this has nothing to do with politics, but I remember reading somewhere that once you hit your 30s, you tend to remember your the way that you perceive the world as like a young person, the way that you perceive it now. And so you tend to have you give less slack to young people because you were like, well, that's not, like, I knew better. And the reality is we were all kind of dumb back in the day. And so the goal that I have is to never like, how do I put this? It's to never hold young people to the ridiculous standards of what comes with age and years, you know, and to let them just like go through developmentally appropriate choices in peace. Unfortunately, the internet means that we have a lot of oh my gosh, I can't word right now. We have a lot of receipts of like the dumb things that people do, but I never want to give young people this like, oh, they should know better, but also like, I don't know where I was going with that. I think basically I want to give credit where credit is due when it comes to young people, that they are more in the know than we give them credit for, but also to give them the ability to grow at the pace that, you know, we were given, without the expectation that they have to be on our level in our 30s and 40s when they are quite literally still, you know, teenagers and 20. That's basically where I was going with that. Okay, Scott, thank you. One day I will draw a straight line. That's the only thing that's straight about me. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, that's true, but... All right. We are almost done, friends. Thankfully. Been struggling to finish the... Like, it's like every other drawing I seem to struggle with finishing it, so... Wait, uh-oh. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. The generation underneath ours feels like they will be the catalyst for real change in the world as they become the majority. Well, I look forward to that day, but I do want to give them like the assistance, because I really dislike this notion, and this is not a thing. This is not a criticism to you, Scott. It's the fact that, you know, I feel that boomers and Generation Xers are like, oh, the millennials will solve all of our world problems, and then we couldn't because of the recession in 2008. And, you know, the $1 trillion student loan debt, which kept us in line because we're trying to struggle to make ends meet. So we can't, you know, participate in, you know, real estate, or, you know, eating avocado toast, or what's the other thing? What was the other industry that we ruined that really has no merit in existing? Oh, the diamond industry. So, I want to, you know, I want to be an ally for whatever generation tends to start like building up momentum. And if that's Generation X, that's great. Or not Generation X, if it's Generation Z, that's great. But millennials are not off the hook. Now that, you know, we're finally hopefully paying off debt that we shouldn't have had to. But you know what I mean? Like I want to make sure that we're not giving a complex to younger generations to feel that they have to clean up the mess that they were born into. Because that's the other thing too, is that my son does not owe me anything for existing. I want him to, like, once he turns 18, that he feels that he's capable with, you know, moving on and figuring stuff out. That doesn't mean that we're not going to assist him, but I don't want him to ever feel that he owes me anything when it comes to, you know, the path that he takes in life, how he wants to live his life. And it just, I really am bothered by this narrative that young people are the ones that will save the world, and we are given that, okay, we just need to survive. So, according to boomers, we ruined everything. Well, maybe they should have been better parents. Maybe they should have considered that. Because they're the ones that raised us. It wasn't even millennials that made the error. It was the previous generations that decided the coasting life, even with all the bomb building, would be fine. Everything is fine. Yep. Oh, we need just major changes, period. But fun fact, conflict brings money. That's another thing in conflict resolution that they teach you, is how delightfully profitable being in conflict is. So, anyway, this is also Artsy's TED Talk. Old ideas. There's something that that HubsMod says. It's like better the Oh man, I wish I knew the quote. It bothers me. It's basically this notion that it's better to go into the unknown that is scary than stick with the familiar that is really not doing you any good, right? And unfortunately, what I wish the two-party system did in the United States was that it quite literally checks and balances. I'm, not conservative, and I believe that a lot of conservative ideas are problematic. But, the whole purpose of like the two-party system, at least what I thought was intended, was that it allows for ideas to progress in a way that makes sense. And instead, we're struggling with this notion that, we need to keep things the way they were, or that the Constitution is somehow a holy document, despite the fact that there are amendments that, removed slavery, right? So I really just hope that people consider change as opportunities, and that if things don't work out, that's okay. We can go back to how it used to be, or, try to figure out how to improve it. They were meant to be changed. I know. I am not a fan of Thomas Jefferson for a lot of reasons, but his notion of changing the Constitution every couple of decades, I think was pretty brilliant. I think that was pretty brilliant. So, all right, friends, I think we're done. Speaking of things, I think we're finished. Let's check. Not bad for today. Not bad. It's a little rough, but that's the joys. Oh, we need to give her some eye glassy things so she doesn't look too terribly deranged. And hello. There we go. And then, let's add some shiny apple vibes. Yeah, that turned out pretty great, I think. I think I was going to add some, like, floorboard or whatever, but it is officially of the time that the Bab is supposed to wake up. So I think that'll either be finished off stream or I'm just going to call it here. Yeah, friends, thank you so much for coming and hanging out, talking the good stuff. Love this and hello. Hi, Neptune. We're just finishing. We're just finishing up. But thank you for stopping by for whatever capacity that we had you for. So before we end, we're going to be sure to promote Neptune for being delightful. And if you are not subscribed again to Maybe Salem, please be sure to do so. She just hit over 4,000. She deserves so much more. She's great and just hilarious. And I will see you tomorrow, friends. So let's see if we have anybody that we can go say hello to. Let's see who is live right now. Who can we share the good vibes with? Who can we share the good vibes with? Jen is live. We have Kim, etc. Duck Chicken. Oh my goodness. Oh, all right. Friends, we're going to go raid Miss Jen. And as I said, drive-by highs are always welcome. You're not obligated to stay for the entire time, but just be sure to leave a like on the stream. Leave a subscribe if you haven't subscribed to her already. She is nearly at 300 subscribers. She obviously should be having more because she's awesome. And with that, friends, I will see you later. See you tomorrow. Stay awesome.